Good health to all from Rexall.
Hello, Rexall Drug Program. Gary Moore speaking.
Hello, Gary. This is Jimmy.
Jimmy Durante, where are you?
I'm trying to get to the studio on time. I passed 3 red lights, went the wrong way up a one-way street, drove over the sidewalk and did a solid 50 miles an hour down Sunset Boulevard.
But, Jimmy, they can put you in jail for that.
Where do you think I'm calling from?
Yes, from Hollywood, it's the nose and the haircut. Jimmy Durante and Gary Moore, with Suzanne Ellers, Roy Borgie and his orchestra, and yours truly, Howard Petrie. Brought to you by 10,000 Rexall drugstores, who carry the complete line of top-quality Rexall drug products. Ladies and gentlemen, next Thursday is Thanksgiving, a holiday started by the Pilgrims who gave thanks when they landed on Plymouth Rock. But now we bring you a young man who would give thanks if he could just land in old Plymouth. And here he is, Gary Moore.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my friends, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. May I wish you a very happy November the 22nd. And before we do anything else tonight, we're going to hold the grand drawing for our annual turkey raffle. Now, of course, we all understand that if the person with the winning number is not in the audience tonight, the turkey automatically becomes mine. Now, I draw the number out of the hat, and it is number 64709.
64709! I got it! 64709!
Well, better luck next year. Now, getting on with the program here, excuse me. Hello?
Hey, Mr. Moore, it is true, isn't it, that on Thanksgiving Day people eat turkeys?
Why, of course.
I told you had it wrong, you crazy turkey. Let go of my leg.
You know I'm going to have that telephone taken out of here? Last night I got a call at 3 o'clock in the morning, and a voice said, "Pardon me, what radio program are you listening to?" I said, "Radio program? I'm sound asleep." She said, "Oh, the Durante Moore Show, huh?" Personally, I considered that very, very rude. I did.
Well, Gary, it seems to me that nobody is as courteous nowadays as they used to be.
What? Why, Suzanne Ellers, bless your little Emily Post. And I agree with you, too, Suzanne. You know, in the old days, if a gentleman was walking along with a lady and they came to a mud puddle, right away he'd take off the coat and spread it over the puddle. And after the lady walked across, she'd say,
"Thank you, Herman, but next time let's use your coat."
It was a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Gary, why don't you give the folks a few pointers on etiquette?
Well, let's take what we were just talking about here, walking on the sidewalk. Now, when walking to a football game, the gentleman always walks 2.5 paces behind his mother-in-law.
Well, why 2.5 paces?
In football, that's the regulation distance for a place kick. And you know, Suzanne, ladies can be pretty rude sometimes, too, especially when they keep people waiting on streetcars while they rummage through their purses.
Well, don't look at me, Gary. My purse is never crowded.
It isn't, huh? Let me peek into your purse here for a minute. Now, a bag of marbles, an electric toaster, your boyfriend's picture, your boyfriend. And my goodness, Suzanne, what is this? Gee whiz, you know, those helicopters can take off from any place, can't they? Hi-oh, maybe etiquette isn't too necessary anyway. But besides, here's the guy who proves my point, Jimmy Durante, in person.
You've got to start off each day with a song. Now, even when things go wrong, you'll feel better, you'll even look better. I'm here to stop the music, stop the music. My orchestration calls for a cowbell, not a cow. Now, for my second number, I'll sing. Mammy, Mammy, the sun shines east, the sun shines west. California's sunshine. The only sunshine in the world guaranteed to shrink a shirt.
Oh, Stas, you are in fine voice tonight.
Thank you, Junior. And that was only on one tonsil, which I inherited from my pater.
Your pater?
Yeah, you know, my brother.
Oh, your brother.
Who did you think he was, my old man? But that is neither sand, burr, nor dew. For your edification, Junior, I just got back from Washington where I spent 2 days in secret session with the president.
Ooh, a crisis?
Yes, a critical crisis. We called in the Secretary of the Navy, the Secretary of War, the Army Engineers, and the greatest scientific minds in the country, but it was no use. Even they couldn't figure out how to stop the leak in my swimming pool. Why, they poured more concrete in my pool than they got in Boulder Don.
James, you mean Boulder Dam?
Watch your language, Mr. Moore. After all, this program is being shortwaved to pickets.
Jimmy, is that why you went down to Washington to discuss your swimming pool?
Not exactly. Mr. Truman had a few problems of his own.
Oh.
When I arrived, he was putting an oil burner in the basement, a wood burner in the kitchen, an electric heater in the bedroom, and a gas heater in the bathroom.
Well, what's the idea of all that?
Harriet's going to be warm this winter no matter what John L. Lewis does. But you know, I wasn't in Washington over 5 minutes when the president created a new cabinet post for me. He appointed me minister without portfolio.
Minister without portfolio?
Yeah, how do you like that? A big country like this, and they can't even afford to buy me a briefcase. An important man like me has to carry his lunch in his back pocket.
Well, Snods, I suppose as minister without portfolio, you have to handle some of the government's crucial problems.
That's right. For instance, last week the president of the Fruit Growers Association complained to me that the climate of California is no good for growing bananas.
He said that the climate of California is no good for growing bananas?
Yeah. How could the guy look me in the face and say that? What does he think this is holding up my glasses? A kumquat?
Wait a minute, I'll take it, Jim. Hello. Yeah, he's here. Who is it, please? Oh, my goodness. Just a moment, Your Worship. Jimmy, the Duke of Windsor wishes to speak to you.
Does it sound like a touch? Never mind if it is. He is good for it. Give me the phone. Hello, Duke. I got everything arranged for your trip to Hollywood with the Duchess. What? Living quarters? Don't worry about it. I got you the bridal suite. That's right, at the Pismo Beach Motel. Is it a good place? Are you kidding? You get a towel each. Now tell me your plans. What do you and the Duchess want to do when you get here? What? Oh, no. We have too many of those husband and wife programs already. What's that? Pip, pip, cheerio? Thank you, and a Yorkshire pudding to you, too.
Jimmy, you're arranging the Hollywood trip for the Duke and Duchess of Windsor?
A logical choice, after all, Junior. On my last trip to England, you know, the continent.
Yes.
I mingled with all kinds of royalty. Counts and their countesses, dukes and their duchesses, and marquises and their moccasins.
No, Jim, not moccasins.
Well, what is the right word?
Marchionnettes. You see, le consort d'un marquis est une marchionnaise. C'est la forme subjonctive, past participe, de la verbe plus perfect, et dans tous les mots, c'est statistique et bien connu.
How do you like that? Ask a guy a question and he joins the Foreign Legion. Tell me, Gary, where do you pick up these fascinating bits of useless trivia?
In the Encyclopedia Britannica, Jimmy. It's a wonderful book. Haven't you ever read it?
No. I'm waiting for them to make a picture out of it. But, Junior, I got a million of them. But, Junior, where do you see the banquet I'm planning for the Duke and Duchess? 15 pheasants, 25 venisons, 30 grouse, 50 grouse, and a gross of grease. Grease is the feminine of grouse. Following that, a mongoose on the half shell, and as my piece de resistance, curry of Tootsie Roll. But there's one thing that worries me about the banquet, Junior. What do you do with the olive pits? Do you swallow them or do you hold them in your mouth until you get home?
Jim, there's only one thing to do with olive bits. You take them in your hand, and when no one is looking, you quietly sneak them into the cuff of your trousers.
But suppose it's a formal affair and I'm wearing knickers. Wait a minute, Junior, I've got it. I know what I'll do. I'll hold the olive pits in my right hand, and when the Duke shakes hands with me to say good night,
yes,
I let go.
Oh, wait a minute, Jim. Are you sure you're the right man for this job?
Don't worry about me, Junior. Why, I've mingled with nobility all my life. The last time I was in England, the king wanted to make me Knight of the Garter, and the queen wanted to make me Knight of the Bath. Naturally, I refused.
Jimmy, the king wanted to make you Knight of the Garter, and the queen wanted to make you Knight of the Bath, and you refused?
Yeah. I didn't mind putting on his garter, but a guy's got to draw the line somewhere. Now you know that you can't go wrong. Why you just got off the You can always be sure it's Durante and more when you hear a tremendous ovation. And that applause means it's time to pause for Rexall identification.
Rexall is the name of a complete line of top-quality drug products. Yes, Rexall is the name of a complete line of fine drug products sold exclusively in your Rexall drugstores. There is a Rexall drug product for every health need. For aspirin, take Rexall. For vitamins, take Rexall. For a mouthwash, take Rexall. Learn to insist upon Rexall for reliability. The name Rexall is your constant guarantee of safe, sure, pure drug products. The finest that science and pharmaceutical skill can produce. So, remember,
to be safe, to be sure that the product is pure when you're buying a drug preparation. Take the clerk to test, step right up and ask for Rexall identification.
good health to all from Rexall.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Howard Petrie, a man whom I've got... Don't laugh. Remember, I'm reading from a carbon copy. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Howard Petrie, a man of whom we're very proud because of his famous uncle. We all know that Thomas Edison invented the electric light, but Mr. Petrie's uncle is the one who showed him how to turn it off.
Wait a minute, Jimmy. Can you prove that?
I sure can. Here's a picture of him right in front of the town tavern, and he's out like a light.
Well, I've never been one to look down my nose at other people's inventions, Jim, but I should just like to call attention to one of my own ancestors, Casanova Moore, a man who invented a device that has since become the very backbone of our social civilization. It was my great-great-great-great-grandfather who first invented the kiss. No sense in your hanging around, madam. My uncle's been dead 200 years.
So what? No man is perfect.
So your uncle invented a kiss, huh, Junior?
Yes, he did.
Well, tell us about it. Meanwhile, I shall bury my head in the razor's edge and and listen with a sharp mind.
Well, friends, my uncle, Casanova Moore, was born in England in the year 1525. And up till that time, the kiss had never been thought of. In order to show their love in those days, couples engaged in a form of affection called dipple-dipling. Now, to dipple-dipe, a man put his arm around his girl, gently stroked her lovely hair, looked tenderly into her eyes, and slapped her in the face with a wet herring. Yes, every night my uncle's sweetheart would raise her little face to his and say,
"Oh, Casanova, before you leave me, give me just one more dipple-dive."
"Very well, my dearest."
Oh, Casanova, the boneless kind.
Somehow, the more Casanova dipple-diped, the less it seemed like the fulfillment of love's young dream. So then and there, he determined to invent some new kind of embrace. And his first invention he called schmoose-crofting. Now, in schmoose-crofting, the boy would cover his girl's face with brushless shaving cream and blow bits of confetti at her. But this was no good. Every evening, she would end up with her face looking like the floor of the Brown Derby on New Year's Eve. Then he tried another idea, and this he called twack noodling. Now, twack noodling sounds like fun, doesn't it? Twack noodling was really the most daring idea of them all. The boy and girl would sit on the Davenport, turn out the lights, and then whisper into each other's ears, "Artie Shaw." But the world wasn't ready for Uncle Casanova's inventions, so to keep body and soul together, he took a temporary job in a local factory as a pickle taster. And after tasting pickles for 3 years, one day he turned to the girl at the next bench and said, "Come here a minute, Mabel."
What is it, Casanova?
"There's only one pickle left, and I want to get home to my experiments. Let's taste this last one together."
All right. You start at one end, and I'll start at the other.
Little did Casanova suspect that his lifelong ambition was about to be realized. Faster and faster, they ate towards the center of the pickle. Their lips came closer and closer until finally Casanova bit past his half and... Climbing down from the chandelier, Casanova knew that this was what he'd been looking for. He had invented the kiss. So bounding out of the pickle factory, he dashed down the street, kissing every girl he met up with. Yeah, are you sure you got the right party? Realizing that he was wasting his time with the little man, he decided to take his idea to the top. So he called on the King of England, Henry VIII. Confronting him, he said, "Your Majesty, you don't look well. What's the trouble?"
"I'm feeling mighty low."
Here was Casanova's chance. Quickly, he said, "Your Majesty, I have invented a thing called the kiss. Try it once on Anne Boleyn and see what it does to you." So Henry grabbed Anne Boleyn, puckered up, and... Well, King Henry, how do you feel now?
"Give me 5 minutes more. Only 5 minutes more."
And so, with King Henry VIII's endorsement, the kiss took its rightful place in the English way of living. And I am proud to say that I have inherited my uncle's proficiency in the art. But just the other day, as I was walking down the street, a man looked at me, and I distinctly heard him say, "Boy, get a load of that kisser."
Thank you, Mr. Moore, for that erudite discussion of osculation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, going from the carbon copy to the one in bold type, our charming chanteuse, Suzanne Ellis, a little lady with pipes of solid gold. I should know. I got a plumber's cart. How are you, Susie?
Hiya, Jimmy. And thank you for that lovely introduction. But when it comes to singing, I bow to the master. How do you get those mellow tones in your voice?
That's a Durante secret, Susie, but I'll let you in on it. Every morning I swab my throat with a concoction consisting of 2 pods cayenne pepper, a jigger of creosote, a dash of Chemtune, and a pound and a half of grated garlic.
And does that make you sing?
After that, you gotta sing. If you don't open your mouth, you suffocate. Sing, Susie, sing.
For you, for me, forevermore, it's bound to be forevermore. It's plain to see we found by finding each other the love we waited for. I'm yours, you're mine, and in our hearts the happy ending starts. What a lovely world this world will be, with a world of love in store. For you, for me, forevermore. I'm yours, you're mine, and in our hearts the happy ending starts. What a lovely world this world will be, with a world of love in store. For you, for me,
Yes, it's good health to all from Rexall. Listen.
For goodness sake, when you've a tummy ache, deep in your solar plexus, you really should find out how good
Ho, 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 ho.
this Rexall Bismarex is. Bismarex, Rexall Bismarex.
That's right, friends. An acid stomach condition by any other name can feel just as uncomfortable. And whether you call it indigestion, dyspepsia, or heartburn, you'll find the prompt relief you need as well as the prolonged relief you want with Rexall Bismarex. Because Rexall Bismarex contains not one, but 4 laboratory-approved alkalizing antacids. 1 fast-acting alkalizer and 3 slow-acting alkalizers. That's why Rexall Bismarex not only relieves your discomfort promptly, but continues the acid-neutralizing effect for a prolonged period. Just mix 1 or 2 teaspoonfuls in a glass of water and drink. It's a pure peppermint pleasure. Remember, only a Rexall drugstore can sell you
Bismarex, Rexall Bismarex.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, in accordance with time-honored custom, we present our special Thanksgiving opera as performed by that magnificent vocal group, the Durante and Moore G-Clef Coffee Clatch and Culture Choir.
In this opera, ladies and gentlemen, I sing for 2 consecutive hours without taking a breath.
Oh, now, wait, how can you sing for 2 hours without taking a breath?
Storage tank in my nose.
Well, in any event, in this Thanksgiving opera, friends, Mr. Durante will appear as Miles Standish, and I shall play the part of John Alden.
Oh, yes. He was the fellow who made all the speeches and ended up with nothing.
That's right, sort of an early-day Democrat.
Yes, yes.
Now, the part of the Republicans here. Now, the part of the lovely Priscilla will be played by our gal, Suzanne Ellers, and the special choral effects, as always, will be sung by our announcer, Mr. Howard Petrie.
Oh, James Melton would just hate me for this.
It's amazing the thing the rain washes down from the mountains.
Quiet, James. Maestro Baggi, overture for the opera.
Our opera tonight deals with one of the greatest love stories ever told. The story of Captain Miles Standish, John Alden, and the lovely Priscilla. It's a peaceful day in the Pilgrim Village, but in the hearts of these 3 people, a fateful storm is brewing.
captain, and my name is Standish. My manners are good, but my face is outlandish. But in spite of my appearance, I'm a mighty big fella.
You can tell he's important by the size of his smeller.
That's me.
That's him.
That's me.
That's him. And I'm John Alden. I'm Standish's pal. I'm the romantic target of every pilgrim gal. You can tell by my face I'm an early-day Sinatra.
Except for his haircut, and that ain't so hotra.
Tis too.
Tis not.
Tis too.
Tis not.
And I am the heroine. My name is Priscilla. You can tell by my figure I'm a real killer diller. I just passed 21, and that is a fact.
Just past 21.
She must have passed it coming back.
Did you?
Did not.
Hot top, hot top, hot top, hot top.
Listen, John Alden, since you're my pal, I'll tell you right now, I'm in love with that gal. Her skin is like a peach, John, that you can bet.
Yes, just like a peach, sort of fuzzy and wet.
Tis not.
Tis too.
Tis not.
It is too.
I loves the gal, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm leaving the proposing up to you.
You're leaving it to me. Well, aren't you taking a chance?
You double-cross me, Budney will have to take you to the nearest hospital and operate 40 times and remove the lead from your pants.
Oh.
Get her going.
Oh.
Get her going.
Hot top, hot top, hot top, hot top.
Now there's an intelligent comment.
And so we find John Alden Moore in Priscilla's living room as Miles Standish Durante listens through an open window.
Oh, Priscilla, my pretty little dove. I've come to your cabin for to speak of love. Now, I know that you're bashful and you're shy by a heck.
Who's bashful, Bud? Come on, let's neck.
Wait a minute. What are you doing? He's getting hot and I'm standing here stewing.
Oh, speak for yourself, John. Don't be dull.
If he speaks for himself, I'll fracture his skull.
Now, wait.
Come on, John.
Now, wait.
Come on, John.
Oh, Priscilla, my shy little elf. I'm a-speaking of love, yeah, but not for myself. Captain Miles Standish is the man for you.
Captain Standish?
How do you do? Madam, I'm making my plea. I'm getting right down on my bended knee. I've got a soft feeling that's making me mellow.
Oh, get up, Miles. You're kneeling in her jello.
Hot top, hot top, hot top, hot top.
There must be some place he could go to be alone. Now tell us, Priscilla, what's your decision? Would you rather be mine or would you rather be his'n? I'm as strong as the wizard from the land of Oz.
Yeah, but most of your strength has gone to your schnoz.
Has not.
Has to?
Has not.
It has to. On the other hand, Prissy, if you want to be shrewd, you'll marry with me, because I'm a Hollywood dude. I wear perfume just like Hetty or Veronica.
It smells like low tide at Santa Monica. Just do.
Hot top, hot top, hot top, hot top.
I'll bet he has fun just tying his laces.
I'll tell you, boys, I love you like a mother, but I've already given my heart to another.
You're in love with another?
Who can it be?
Don't be silly. She's marrying me.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. Oh, yes.
She's marrying you. Can that be a fact?
Everybody wants to get into the act.
But you're not good looking, and you've got no dough. What did you say that made her love you so?
I said hot top, hot top, hot top, hot top.
Him and his big fat education.
This is Howard Petrie again with those four most Rexall reminders for the week. Remember Rexall Bismarex. Remember Rexall is the complete line of top-quality drug products for every health need. Remember Rexall drugs are sold only in a Rexall drugstore. Remember Rexall for reliability. That familiar oval sign, R-E-X-A-L-L, is the surest sign of top quality in drugs and drugstores.
Touche, Professor Petrie, and I'd like to add, I do my shopping at a Rexall store. What I want, they got, and furthermore, hombre algo, he prefers them to. We buy Rexall, that's all. How do you do? Now, speak with you when we're pounds away. When we're, let me hear that high note, maestro. What a note.
I know the finality, Mr. Durant.
No, the conclusion, Mr. Moore.
Yeah, Jim, I guess that just about wraps up the tinfoil on tonight's little package. Say, would you care to join me at Ciro's now in a little game of fumbling for the check?
No, thanks, Junior. I've met my master. But if it's a little snack you want, come over to my house. Why, it's common gossip that I brew the best coffee in Beverly Hills.
You do, huh?
Oh, yes. I use only the center section of the bean. Let me tell you the secret of coffee making, Junior. You know where the percolator starts to go plop, 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 plop?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you open the top at that point,
Yes.
you get it right in the eye.
Ready?
Night, Mr. Moore.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash. Good night.
Well, Rexall for tonight, folks. So goodbye now for Suzanne Ellers, Roy Bargy and his orchestra, yours truly, Howard Petrie.
And Jimmy Durante.
And Gary Moore in person.
So until next Friday, same time, same Columbia station, good health to all from Rexall. This program is produced and directed by Phil Cohan. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And this is WCBS, New York. 10 p.m. BULOVA, Bulova Watch Time. America runs on Bulova Time.
J-E-L-L-O.
The Jell-O program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra. The orchestra opens the program with Go South, Young Man from the Cotton Club Review. Whether it's a company dinner or just a regular family affair, any meal will be a greater success if it's topped off with a delicious dessert. And no dessert is more delicious or more popular than Jell-O. Jell-O is a grand dessert, easy to prepare, swell to look at, and luscious to taste. Jell-O is crammed with extra rich fruit flavor, a true fruit goodness that rivals the flavor of fresh, ripe fruit itself. But remember this, there's only one Jell-O, and only Jell-O brings you that special extra rich fruit flavor. So if you want to top your dinner with a dessert that will be an assured success, serve Jell-O. But be sure you get genuine Jell-O. Don't accept any substitutes. Look for the big red letters on the box. They spell Jell-O. That was Go South, Young Man, from the Cotton Club Review. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you a man who every Sunday night at this same time walks up to the microphone, looks it square in the eye, and says...
Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. Thank you. Well, Don, that was a cute opening. That was a nice introduction. And nice teamwork, too, I thought. You and I certainly work well together, don't we?
Oh, yes, we do, Jack. It's remarkable the way we seem to balance each other.
What was that, Don?
I say it's remarkable the way we balance each other.
I think so. Of course, we would have a little trouble on a seesaw. Say, Don, can you imagine the both of us on a seesaw? Me way up in the clouds and you down on the... Gee, it makes me dizzy. Oh, boy.
Well, Jack, do you want me to...
Oh, don't you dare! My feet are flat enough now. Anyway, Don, we're too old to be playing around on a seesaw.
Yeah, let's go over to the sand pile.
Oh, let's drop this silly talk. We're getting a little bit goofy.
Aren't we all? Hello, Jack.
Well, Kenny, of all people, what are you doing here?
Oh, I was on my way to the movies and I got lost.
Well, you couldn't have got lost in a better place. We can use you here.
Yeah. Say, Jack, I want to thank you for inviting me over to your house for Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, that's all right, Kenny. You're always welcome.
And I want to thank you, too, Jack. And I also want to congratulate you for cooking that big dinner all by yourself.
Oh, it was nothing, Don. I always do that. You may not know this, but I'm considered to be quite a cook.
Oh, you are?
Oh, for years I've been known as Prudence Benny of Beverly Hills. And my pies. You know, I'm famous for my lemon meringue.
Meringue? Why, that's Marengay.
Oh, is that the way it's pronounced? Oh, gee, you learn something every day. Huh?
Well, so you cooked the Thanksgiving dinner all by yourself, eh, Jack?
Yes, Phil, with my very own hands. Why didn't you come? Did you have a previous engagement?
No, just a hunch.
Oh, well, you missed something. It was a grand meal. We had all the trimmings and everything you wanted to drink. Everything.
Gee, everybody else had wine with each course, and you made me drink milk.
Well, Kenny, you're too young. Besides, milk is good for you. Milk goes with anything.
Doesn't go with my brown suit.
Well, the turkey was good, wasn't it?
Say, Jack, don't tell me you served that old bird Andy Devine gave you last week.
Yes, Bill, and it was all right, wasn't it, Don?
Well, it surprised me, Jack. That turkey looked so tough, and yet it turned out so tender. What did you do?
I cooked it with a blowtorch. That did it.
A blowtorch? That's a fine way to cook a turkey. Why didn't you put it in the oven?
I tried to, Phil, but it kept jumping out all the time. I can't understand it either. I put paperweights in the dressing. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, kitchen mechanic.
Well, Mary, did you giving dinner?
No kidding. How was it, Mary?
Oh, it was swell. We had everything from soup to bicarbonate of soda. And what mashed potatoes.
I'll say.
They were so lumpy, Jack had to serve them in the sugar bowl.
I didn't have to. I was short of dishes.
Gee, I thought those mashed potatoes were swell. They were so nice and tan.
Yeah.
Tan potatoes?
Well, the stove was crowded, and I had to cook them under the sun lamp.
Oh.
Anyway, the turkey was delicious. I got a wing, and it was swell.
I got a leg, and it kicked me.
Oh, it did?
I got a neck with a collar button in it.
Why don't you stay out of the kitchen, Jack? That's a woman's job.
Now, Phil, that's the most ridiculous thing you've ever said. That's ridiculous. Men are better in everything. Our greatest cooks are men. Our greatest dress designers are men. Our greatest dancers are men. Our greatest... What are you laughing at?
When you get to Mother's, watch out.
Well, the greatest fathers are men. Got that over. Anyway, it's a fine thing to come to my house for dinner and criticize it. That was real home cooking. Why, you never tasted such rolls in all your life.
Boy, were they...
Not.
I had to jack mine up to butter it.
A fine appreciation after the trouble I went to. I work and slave over a hot stove, and what do I get?
Oh, Jack, now what's the matter with you? They're only kidding. Why, everybody had a good time and enjoyed the dinner.
Oh, no, they didn't. And here's something else I wasn't going to mention, but I will now. This'll fix you guys. I had 5 people to dinner, and 6 spoons were missing.
6? I took 2.
Well, give me one back. Don't be a pig.
Do you want the one from the Brown Derby?
No, the one from the Ambassador, I've got a set. And now if you fellas are all through heckling my dinner, maybe we can have a selection from the orchestra. Play, Phil. For 2 cents, I tear up my cookbook.
You can stop me from kissing you. You can stop me from cuddling too. You can treat me mean, honey, that's all right. But I'll get even with you tonight, 'cause you can't stop me from dreaming. You can stop me, make me listen to your command. You can say no, no, honey, that's all right. But I'll get even with you tonight, 'cause you can't stop me from dreaming. From 1 o'clock till 9, I'll dream you're mine. I'll steal a kiss, just see what you're going to miss. You can stop me romancing you. You're the boss now, but we're not through. Just turn me down, honey, that's all right, 'cause I'll get even with you tonight, 'cause you can't stop me from dreaming.
Can't Stop Me from Dreaming, played by the orchestra with a vocal chorus by Phil Harris. Phil, that was quite a surprise. I didn't know you were going to slip in a solo there. Did you, Kenny?
No, I didn't either.
Oh, it was just a sudden impulse.
It was, eh? What made you sing?
I'm mad at the piano player, and he hates my voice.
Oh, well, you certainly fixed him. What are you mad at him for?
Oh, he tells everybody that I don't know how to lead an orchestra.
Why, that's unreasonable.
Oh, it's reasonable, all right, but I don't like it.
Well, I don't blame you, Phil. I know how you feel. There are people right on this program who think they know more about comedy than I do.
Yeah.
Kenny. But it's true, Phil. Everybody wants to be a comedian. They all think they can get laughs.
I know, Jack, but for real laughs, none of us can top that Maxwell of yours. Boy, that's really terrific.
Yeah?
Oh, by the way, Jack, how's the old tub behaving?
Oh, it's all right, Don. I've had no trouble, but I think I'm going to get rid of it.
Get rid of it? Why?
Oh, because nobody has respect for private property anymore. That's why.
Tell them what they did to your car, Jack.
What happened?
Oh, it burns me up just thinking about it.
Now, what was it, Jack?
Well, I stopped in the store for a cigar, and when I came out, somebody had written on my car, Lulu loves Butch. Gee, I was mad.
Lulu loves Butch. That's awful.
I didn't mind that so much, but I don't even know the people.
Oh.
Well, it's your own fault, Jack. You brought it on yourself when you put that sign on the back of your car.
Oh.
Sign? Well, what does it say, Mary?
Tune in on Jack Benny every Sunday night.
Well, that's legitimate advertising.
And so is this. Ladies and gentlemen, Jell-O is America's favorite dessert. It is economical, easy to make, and comes in 6 delicious flavors. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime.
Burns me up. Why don't Butch and Lulu get their own thing?
Oh, forget about Butch and Lulu.
Well, anyway, I'm going to get rid of it. Did you for Mary?
Yes, here it is.
Oh.
For sale or exchange, Maxwell Touring Car. All modern features, including self-starter and one-man top. Excellent view, only 3 blocks from the station.
Say, well, what's that got to do with it?
My uncle sold a house that way.
Oh, I see.
Car in first-class condition. Owner satisfied, but could feel better.
It's a fine ad, huh?
Write, wire, or phone. Jack Benny, care of Lonely Hearts Club, Hollywood.
I don't belong to that anymore. Anyway, that ad ought to bring some results.
Say, Jack,
Yeah.
I can't understand what you want to sell your car for.
Why?
Gosh, you've only had it a little while, and you're always bragging about it and fussing over it and going around with it all the time.
Well,
And now you want to part with it.
yes, I do.
Gee, you're fickle.
Well, Kenny, if you're so interested in my car, why don't you take it off my hands?
Oh, I might at that. What do you want for it, Jack?
Well, let me see. Well, Kenny, would $95 be too much?
Hades, yes.
Oh, it would. Well, if you're really interested in my car, maybe I can shave it a little.
Oh, don't bother fixing it up.
Well, Kenny, I can see that you don't want a car, so forget about it.
Well, I'll think it over while I'm singing my song.
Yeah, do that. What are you going to sing, Kenny?
Moon over Manakura from the picture Hurricane.
Well, that's a beautiful number and right up your alley. Oh, wait a minute. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
Are you the party who had an ad in the paper regarding a Maxwell?
Yes, I am. Are you in the market?
I was, but I got out just in time. Goodbye.
Now, there's a lucky fellow. Sing, Kenny.
little while. The moon of Monocura soon will rise again above the iron shore. Then I'll behold it in your dusky eyes, and you'll be in my arms once
That was Moon Over Manicura from Hurricane, sung by Kenny Baker. And you know, Kenny, there's one thing that always impresses me. It's that last note. Goes on and on. Why do you hold it so long?
I never give up a song without a struggle.
Oh, well, it's very effective. But, Kenny, in order to keep your voice in such perfect condition, you must do a lot of practicing.
I'll say. I sing in a bathtub every morning.
Oh.
And you know, Jack, I had the most embarrassing thing happen to me once.
What was it?
I reached for a high note and swallowed the soap.
The soap? Ooh, boy, that must have been awful.
Yeah, I bubbled for a week.
Bubbles Baker.
Mary. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for want of something better to do, tonight we are going to offer a play in the form of a nature study. A little drama entitled The Private Life of a Bumblebee, which we will present in 3 buzzes and 1 sting.
It certainly will.
Quiet. Now, I will play the part of a rosebud. And Don, Kenny, and Phil will be insects as usual. This will go on.
There's the phone, Jack.
Let it ring. We've got a program to do. Oh.
Maybe somebody wants to buy your car.
Oh, yes. Give it to me. Talking.
Would you like to have a talk?
Slap her, Mom.
Let me talk to you. It's my nickel. Go ahead.
Well, Slap, look. I'm busy right now. Call me back later, will you?
Wait a minute. I got a customer for your car.
You have? Who is it?
My wife's brother.
Oh, your brother-in-law. Well, look, Slap, if he's a relative of yours, I'd rather not sell him my car.
Go ahead. It'll serve him right.
Well, okay. Bring him right over. Where are you, Slap?
I'm around the corner in the drugstore in my new overcoat and a telephone booth.
Are you standing up or sitting down?
I don't know. It's dark in here.
Well, look, Slap, bring your brother-in-law right up, and if I sell the car, I'll give you a nice commission.
Why not? Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, Mary, that ad did get results. Huh? And come in.
Hello, stranger.
Slapperman, how did you get here so quick?
What quick? I got stuck in the elevator. Say, Jack, I want you to meet my brother-in-law.
Well, this is a pleasure, Mr. Ginsburg. I'm very, very happy to know you.
Hello.
Well, Mr. Ginsburg, I understand you're very much interested in buying my Maxwell. Is that right?
I'm not telling.
Now, look, if you want to buy my car, Mr. Ginsburg...
Say, Jack.
What, Mary?
I don't think you've got a Chinaman's chance with this guy.
What Chinaman? Who's that Chinaman?
If the hat fits, put it on.
Stay out of this, Mary. Now, look, Mr. Ginsburg, if you want to buy my car, it'll have to be a cash proposition. You understand that?
Don't worry, Jack. He's got the cash. But only last week in the Irish sweepstakes, he won a prize amounting to...
It's a lie.
Boys.
It was in the neighborhood of $5,000.
Why did you tell him?
Did I say exactly?
Now, look, fellas, wait a minute. Let's not take up a lot of time arguing. Mr. Ginsburg, do you want to buy the car or not?
Don't be yesing with my money.
Quiet, Anatole. Behave, gentlemen. Where's your etiquette?
Look who's talking etiquette. If it wasn't for me, you couldn't even speak English.
Is that so? Yes.
You said it.
Now I'm satisfied.
Hey, boys, what is this anyway?
The affairs of Anatole.
Now, look here, Anatole. A man with your money should own a car like this. Now, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let you have it for $95 because I like you.
Make it 50 and drop the affection.
Now, look, Slap, I'd like to sell the car to your brother-in-law, but $95 is the lowest I can take.
I'm voting out.
All right, $85.
I'm still voting.
Now, go ahead. I don't care.
Wait a minute, Anatole. Please, don't be a chimpanzee. Come here. Повусь быстро не кажем на Maxwell, what's the name again?
I need it like a hole in the head. And besides, he looks like a crook.
I resent that.
Say, Jack, did they say anything about Jell-O?
That I'll buy.
Mazel tov.
Now, look, at what's going to happen here. Am I selling the car or not?
Hold on, Jackie boy. I know how to clinch the deal. Take us out for a ride, and if Anatole likes the car, he'll buy it Anatole a time.
All right, I'll take you out for a ride, and then we'll talk business. That okay with you, Mr. Ginsburg?
I'll take the ride anyhow.
Well, he's weakening, Jack.
All right, you and Anatole can sit in the back seat. You'll find it nice and comfortable. Play something, Phil. Come on, Mary. You can sit in front with me.
I will not.
Quiet. I bought cushions this morning. Let's go, boys. So long, gang.
So long, Jack.
Come on, Anatole. Make it snappy.
All right, don't push me.
Well, Mary, the car's rolling along pretty good. No trouble so far.
We've only gone half a block.
Well, is that bad? Say, Mary, turn around and see if the boys are enjoying the ride.
Okay. Oh, Jack, I can only see Schlepperman.
What? Hey, Schlep, where's Anatole?
I'm sitting on him. He wants to jump out.
Well, I'll speed her up. You'll see something. Hold on, everybody. Hey, what's that? I wonder what that noise is.
The spark plugs are doing the Big Apple.
Hey, Anatole, how do you like the way the car runs?
Quiet, I'm getting seasick.
And I ain't got an appetite neither.
Hey, Jack, look out. Look out for that bump.
What bump? Oh, I see it. Well, that wasn't so bad, eh, Mary?
No, but your friends just left.
They did. Hey, Schlep, Anatole, where are you?
They fell out.
Well, I better go back and get them. Wait a minute, fellas. I'm coming right back.
Don't bother. I wouldn't buy it anyhow.
I don't blame him.
That's a fine thing, Mary. Why didn't you notice that bump sooner?
You're driving.
I am not. You've got the steering wheel.
I didn't before we hit that bump.
Well, give it back. You haven't even got a driver's license. Might as well go home now. Better stop at this gas station. That bump knocked the air out of my tires.
Me too. Nice landing, Jack.
Well, I was going pretty fast there, you know.
Good evening, sir. What'll it be?
I'd like some nice, fresh air.
For breathing or tires?
Tires, of course.
Okay. Do you want any gasoline?
No.
He makes his own.
I do not. All right, put in 2 gallons, buddy.
2 gallons? Is this car on a diet?
Don't get gay. Just put it in.
Okay, sporty. Where's the gas tank?
What?
Where's the gas tank?
Under the seat. Get up, Mary.
Gee, is that the gas tank?
Yeah.
I've been using it for an ashtray.
That's fine. Right here, Bud.
Hey, Bill, put in 2 gallons.
I've got it.
Hey, that's enough. I said 2 gallons.
I'm sorry, mister, but we gave you 2.5.
Well, I'm not going to pay for it. I asked for 2 gallons, and that's what I want.
It's only a matter of 8 cents.
I don't care what it is. You made the mistake, not me.
But, gee, it's only 8 cents.
Young man, do you realize that a family in 2 cents?
So can you.
Quiet.
Oh, Jack, don't be so tight.
I'm not tight. It's not the money. It's the principle of the thing. I'm not going to pay for one more drop than I ordered.
All right, I'll match you. Double or nothing.
Oh, no, you won't. What do you think I am, a chump? Quiet, Mary.
You guessed it.
All right, buddy, what do I owe you?
2 gallons, that's 32 cents. You want to pay it all now?
Yes, and don't be smart. Here you are. Come on, Mary, let's go. Come on. Doggone it.
I'll be glad when you get rid of this piece of junk.
Oh, it'll start this time. Hey, there she goes.
Look out, Jack. You're in reverse.
I am.
There's a car behind you. Watch out.
Oh, what's the matter with me anyway?
Hey, you, where do you think you're going?
I'm sorry, mister. It was all my fault.
Of all that careless dope, say I ought to punch you right in the nose.
Hey, you can't say that to Jack.
He can, too. Quiet. Now, look here, mister. If I've damaged your car, I'll pay for it.
You better or you'll be sorry.
Oh, yeah?
Let's beat it, Mary, before I lose my temper.
Oh, boy, you were lucky that time.
I wasn't scared of him. He didn't upset me.
Yeah, then take that cigar out of your ear and let's go.
Oh, I was looking for that. Hey, we're off, Mary!
Here's a swell new dessert your family's going to love. It's quick and easy, and it's delicious. The name of it is Pear Strawberry Mold, and it's a tempting combination of luscious strawberry jello and canned pears. And it's so easy to make that anyone can prepare it, but so colorful it even makes a swell party dessert. Here's all you have to do. Just dissolve a package of strawberry jello in a pint of hot water, turn into a mold, and chill until firm. Unmold on a platter and decorate with slices of crisp canned pears and maraschino cherries. A beautiful mold of shimmering strawberry jello, garlic, and pears. And it tastes every bit as good as it looks. For strawberry jello is packed full of delicious, extra-rich fruit flavor. All 6 of Jello's delicious flavors have that extra-rich fruit flavor, too, which makes every Jello dessert a triumph ever for the one and only genuine Jello.
This is the last number of the 9th program in the new Jello series. We're with you again next Sunday night at the same time. Say, Mary, isn't it funny how nice and smooth the car runs when you and I are all alone in it, huh?
Yeah, that's always the way.
Yeah. Oh, darn it, another flat. Fix it, Mary.
No, it's your turn.
That's right. Good night, folks.
J-E-L-L.
Kenny Baker has appeared on this program through courtesy of Mervyn LeRoy Productions. The melody, Mama That Moon's In Again, is from the big broadcast of 1938, and Sweet Someone is from Love and Hisses. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
My beer is Rhinegold, the dry beer. East side, west side, and up, down, and down. Rhinegold Extra Dry Beer is the beer of great renown. Friendly, freshening Rhinegold, always happily dry. The clean, clear taste you want in beers and Rheingold Extra Dry. From Lexington to Madison and on both sides of Park, they ask for Rheingold Extra Dry before and after dark.
From Coney to Connecticut on Flatbush Avenue.
From Jersey scenes way out to Queens, they sing as millions do. My beer is Rheingold, a dry beer. Friendly, fresh, sing, and happily dry beer. Dry means clean and it's clear. Dry means thirst-quenching beer. Join the millions who buy Rheingold beer extra dry.
Colgate Dental Cream to clean your breath while you clean your teeth and help stop tooth decay. And Luster Cream Shampoo for soft, glamorous, caressable hair bring you Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden. It's time once again for another comedy episode of Our Miss Brooks, written by Al Lewis. Well, last Thursday was Thanksgiving Day, and most of us realized that we had quite a bit to be thankful for. Even our Miss Brooks, who teaches English at Madison High School.
Yes, the holiday means a lot to me. First, it gives me an opportunity to relax and count my lack of blessings. And second, it offers a chance to catch up on several days' brooding. But this Thanksgiving was different. I knew it was going to be when I joined my landlady at breakfast last Wednesday morning. Good morning, Mrs. Davis. Did you have a nice night?
Wonderful, Connie. I didn't sleep a wink.
That sounds like fun.
I was planning my menu for tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving, you know, and I wanted something special for Minerva and me.
Minerva? Oh, there you are, you cute little kitten.
Where is she, Connie?
Taking my stocking off with her cute little paws. Stop it, Minerva. Now get away from my stocking. Either get away from those or knit me a new pair with that ball of yarn you play with.
Go out to the kitchen, Minerva. I do want you to hear about tomorrow's menu.
What are you having, Mrs. Davis?
Minerva's favorite dish. S-Q-U-A-B. It doesn't do a bit of good to spell things out anymore.
I guess she's too old for that. Please go into the kitchen, Minerva. There's some milk out there. Right under the S-I-N-K. Don't tell me she slammed the door behind her.
No, that was me, Connie. I wanted to show you the squab I got for tomorrow.
Oh, I'd like to see it.
Well, here it is.
Where? Oh, right there behind that carrot.
It isn't very big, is it?
I've seen stuffing with larger drumsticks.
You know, Connie, I was all ready to get a nice 10-pound turkey yesterday when the clerk at the market said something that made me change my mind.
What did he say?
$8.30.
Well, that is a pretty rude remark.
I'm afraid I was a little testy when I complained about the price. Anyway, when I demanded something cheaper, this is the bird he gave me.
He certainly did.
Well, it'll be enough for Minerva and myself. I suppose you've already been invited somewhere for turkey and all the fixings.
Where would you suggest?
Hasn't Mr. Boynton asked you out for Thanksgiving dinner, Connie?
Not yet, Mrs. Davis, but this morning he's going to be exposed to the most thorough opportunity to do so.
Good.
Of course, Mr. Boynton's been on a very strict budget lately. He probably can't afford any turkey dinners.
Then you bring him back here with you, Connie.
Oh, that's very sweet of you, Mrs. Davis, but that squab...
We'll make it do. Remember the old saying, there's always room for just one more.
In this case, you must mean one more squab. Well, thanks anyway, Mrs. Davis. After all, we've still got our health, which is more than I can say for that squab.
Of course, I'd rather see you eat a nice turkey dinner tomorrow. Maybe you could wangle yourself an invitation from one of your friends.
Oh, please, Mrs. Davis. Oh, that must be Walter Denton. He's giving me a lift to school. Be right there, Walter.
Why don't you find out what his folks are planning for tomorrow? Maybe you could get yourself invited there.
I'm surprised at you, Mrs. Davis. Why, I'd never forced myself on anyone in my life.
Connie, take another look at that squab.
Like I say, Walter's mother may not know it yet, but there's always room for just one more. Oh, it certainly is nice weather for Thanksgiving, isn't it, Walter?
It's more than nice, Miss Brooks. This air is absolutely swept succulent. It's downright savory and delicious.
One more crack like that, and I'll be gnawing on the steering wheel. Tell me, Walter, how do you usually spend Thanksgiving?
Well, usually, Mom cooks a big turkey and we have dinner around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Gosh, I'll never forget last year's meal. First, we had a fresh fruit cup, then some delicious vegetable soup, and then this big golden brown turkey was served with a special dressing made out of chestnuts and raisins and stuff, and... You want to hear the rest of it, Miss Brooks?
Certainly. Just pass me a blotter and keep talking.
Well, I don't remember all the dishes, but the hot mince pie was really tops. And my mom is just about the best cook in this town.
And like most good cooks, she probably prepares more food than she really needs.
Oh, sure. Out of last year's turkey, the whole family had turkey, turkey giblets, turkey sandwiches, and turkey hash.
That's because you didn't invite enough guests over for Thanksgiving dinner. You know, Walter, I've often thought that people who are so close to each other all year round should somehow manage to spend their holidays together as well.
What kind of people are you talking about, Miss Brooks?
Well, school teachers and students, for example.
Who needs teachers on a holiday? I mean, most teachers you get enough of during school hours, if present company accepted, of course. Oh, you're a lot different, Miss Brooks.
I know, I'm hungrier. Look, Walter, about spending Thanksgiving together, if you're planning to be with your folks...
Oh, but I'm not, Miss Brooks. Now, my mother and Dad are going out of town for the weekend. It's my Dad's first vacation in 2 years.
How come you're not leaving town with them?
It's my Dad's first vacation in 2 years. Oh, he loves me, but he thinks I'm a little wearing in spots. So I'm staying over at Stretch Snodgrass's house until next week.
Oh, I see. Then you'll have Thanksgiving dinner with Mr. and Mrs. Snodgrass.
No, ma'am, they're going away with my folks. They're good friends, you know, just like Stretch and me. But, Miss Brooks, I think your idea about spending Thanksgiving together is swell.
You do?
Sure. Then why don't you and Stretch and me have dinner tomorrow?
Dinner? Well, that might be very nice, Walter.
Oh, great. Then Stretch and I will be over to your place at 3 o'clock sharp.
My place?
Yeah. That is, if you still want us.
I wouldn't be without you. But, Walter, Mrs. Davis did the shopping yesterday, and there just weren't any good-sized turkeys left that she could afford. So what she bought was a very
what she bought isn't important, Miss Brooks. What counts is spending Thanksgiving with people who mean something to you. Gee, the Pilgrim certainly had it all over us modern characters. When a pilgrim wanted to celebrate the holiday, he just picked up his musket and shot himself a turkey.
At the current prices, Walter, the only way I'll have a turkey tomorrow is if I pick up a musket and shoot myself a butcher.
Come in.
Good morning, Mr. Boynton. I just wanted to talk to you for a minute before your first class.
Well, I'm glad you dropped in, Miss Brooks. I've got some rather exciting news this morning.
I'll be glad to. What is it, Mr. Boynton?
Well, do you remember the raffle ticket I bought last month in Marty's malt shop?
Oh, on that green Adams hat with the red feather?
No, on a Tom Turkey. They had the drawing last night, and I won. Isn't that wonderful?
That is what I call the coincidence of all time.
Coincidence?
Why do you think I stopped by your laboratory this morning?
Well, I don't know.
To invite you over for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow.
Well, that is nice of you, Miss Brooks. I'll be happy to come over. About what time will you be expecting me?
I'll be expecting you and Tom about noon.
Tom? Oh, you mean the turkey. Well, I'm afraid he won't be with me, Miss Brooks. You see, at this very moment, the turkey is on a train headed upstate.
Why? Did he get fed up with our climate?
Oh, I sent him up to my folks' place. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford to visit my parents this year, but, well, now they'll have something to remind them of me anyhow.
Must be a very tall turkey. What did he weigh, Mr. Boynton?
Oh, about 18 pounds. Of course, what I'd do with an 18-pound turkey, I'll never know.
Until tomorrow. Well, I'd better be running along now. On second thought, you needn't get to the house until 3 or 3:30. On third thought, you can back out of the whole thing if you want to.
Back out? I should say not. I'll be there all right, and thanks for the invitation.
You're welcome. But, Mr. Boynton, if you're expecting the conventional Thanksgiving Day dinner, you're liable to be a little disappointed. I'm just not having it.
Oh, what are you having?
So far, Walter Denton and Stretch Snodgrass.
Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden, will continue in just a moment. But first, here is Vern Smith.
Now, proof that brushing teeth right after eating with Colgate Dental Cream helps stop tooth decay before it starts.
Continuous research, hundreds of case histories, makes this the most conclusive proof in all dentifrice research on tooth decay.
Eminent dental authorities supervised hundreds of college men and women for over 2 years. One group always brushed their teeth with Colgates right after eating. The other followed their usual dental care.
The group using Colgate Dental Cream as directed, using Colgates exclusively, showed a startling reduction in average number of cavities, far less tooth decay. The other group developed new cavities at a much higher rate. No other dentifrice offers proof of these results.
Modern research shows decay is caused by mouth acids, which are at their worst right after eating. Brushing teeth with Colgates as directed helps remove acids before they harm enamel. Yes, Colgates contains all the necessary ingredients, including an exclusive patented ingredient for effective daily dental care.
So remember, always use Colgate Dental Cream to clean your breath while you clean your teeth and help stop tooth decay.
Well, Thanksgiving Day arrived right on schedule, mostly because I couldn't do anything to stop it. After breakfast, I headed straight for the kitchen. There, I took a good look at Mrs. Davis's squab. Then I took an aspirin. Then I gave the squab an aspirin. Then I decided to make Mrs. Davis a full partner in my panic. Oh, this is terrible, Mrs. Davis. We can't possibly serve 5 people with this amount of food.
Calm down, Connie. We'll make out some way. I've got cans of salmon in the house and some cheese and crackers and tidbits of one sort or another.
But one doesn't serve tidbits for Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, I wish that bird looked bigger. Did you stuff him again since we last discussed it?
I've stuffed him 5 times since then, Connie. In fact, the last time I went to fill him up, I got the feeling that he was trying to kick my hand away.
Oh, it's no use, Mrs. Davis. It just won't work.
I still think you should follow the advice I gave you yesterday, Connie, and get yourself invited out for a real turkey dinner.
But I've already asked Mr. Boynton to join me.
Then get him invited along with you.
Well, what about Stretch Snodgrass and Walter Denton?
Take them along, too.
Why not? While we're at it, why don't you and Minerva join our happy little group?
We'd love to, Connie. Where are we going?
I don't know where you're going, but I'm going to take another aspirin.
I'm sure the Conklins would like to have you over. I ran into Martha yesterday, and she told me that she was all ready to carve a huge turkey.
Oh, is she fighting with Mr. Conklin again?
Now, don't be silly, Connie. Martha even remarked yesterday that she was hoping Mr. Conklin would ask some of the teachers in to share their dinner.
I can just picture that. If Mr. Conklin saw any teachers at his dinner table, he wouldn't know what to bite first.
That doesn't apply to Mr. Boynton, though. Osgood is quite fond of him. And he's also extremely taken with Stretch Snodgrass. Thinks he's the best athlete Madison's ever had.
Well, what about his attitude toward me?
Call anyway. Remember, Connie, pride goes before a fall. You've got to make a hit with Mr. Boynton. Here, I'll dial the number for you.
Oh, but Mrs. Davis, Mr. Conklin can't stand the sight of Walter Denton.
Nonsense,
I know he
dear.
doesn't...
His daughter Harriet is crazy about the boy.
Hello?
One moment, please. Miss Brooks is calling. Here, Connie.
Oh, hello?
Oh, hello, Miss Brooks. This is Harriet. Gee, I'm glad you called. You're having Walter Denton over for dinner, aren't you?
That's the original plan, Harriet,
I
but
wish we could all have dinner together, Miss Brooks. I was just talking to Mother about it this minute.
You were? Well, now, that's funny. I wanted to talk to Mother about the same thing.
Wonderful, Miss Brooks. Wait a minute, I'll put her on.
Thanks, Harriet. Harriet and her mother were just talking about getting together for dinner, Mrs. Davis.
Hello, Miss Brooks.
Hello, Mrs. Conklin.
Forgive me if I talk rather quietly, but Mr. Conklin's taking a nap in the living room. He needs the rest, you know. He's been rather irritable lately.
I know, for the last 5 years. We've known each other for 5 years now, and, well, the reason I called...
Harriet told me, Miss Brooks. I just know you feel exactly as we do. That people should share their Thanksgiving joy with their friends.
That's right, Mrs. Conklin. You understand, though, that it isn't just me. I've already invited Walter, Stretch, and Mr. Boynton.
The more the merrier, I always say.
Well, I'm glad you always say that, Mrs. Conklin, because my little party lacks just one thing, which you and only you can provide.
What a beautiful way to put it. I can only say, Miss Brooks, that We'll be proud and happy to share Thanksgiving dinner with you and your friends.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Conklin.
Thank you, my dear. Harriet and Mr. Conklin and I will be at your place at 2 o'clock sharp.
It's almost 1, Mother. Don't you think we should wake Daddy?
In a minute, Harriet. Did you take our turkey down to the mission like I told you?
Yes, Mother. I just got back. They certainly were grateful. The man said it would feed almost a dozen people who ordinarily would go without any Thanksgiving meal at all.
Fine, dear. I know your father will be happy at the thought of sharing with our lesser privileged citizens. Now go on in and wake him up, Harriet.
Yes, Mother. Daddy.
Pass some more white meat, please.
It's time to get up, Daddy.
What? What's the matter? Oh, it's you, child. What time is it?
1 o'clock. How do you feel after your nap?
Fine, Harriet, just fine. Except for one thing.
What's that?
I could eat my weight in wildcats. Martha! Oh, Martha!
Yes, dear? What is it?
Let's not wait till 2 o'clock for dinner. I'd like to eat right now.
Oh, but Osgood,
I saw that turkey in the oven when it was finished this morning, Martha, and I just can't get it out of my mind. Oh, it sure smells good, too.
You must have a pretty long smeller, dear. We gave our turkey to the folks who run the mission. We're going out for dinner.
Oh, but I don't want to go out. I want to eat in my robe and slippers and... You gave our turkey to whom?
The mission, dear. It's like a municipal shelter, you know.
The man said our turkey would feed almost a dozen underprivileged citizens.
Oh, he did. Well, teachers are underprivileged citizens, too. But I don't give them my Thanksgiving dinner.
Now, calm down, Osgood. This is no day for your high blood pressure to get out of hand. We're going over to Margaret Davis' place to have dinner with Miss Brooks and some of her friends.
Miss Brooks, who needs teachers on a holiday?
Daddy, Mrs. Davis is a very exotic cook. I'm sure she'll have some wonderful dishes prepared for you.
But I don't want Mrs. Davis's dishes. I want turkey. Turky. Turkey.
Of course, dear. Now, everyone buys too much for Thanksgiving dinner. Otherwise, we'd have brought our turkey over to Miss Brooks. But as it is, think of the joy you're sharing with the people at the mission, Osgood.
Joy my foot. The food at Miss Brooks' place had better be good today. Good. It had better be great.
Every time I tried to call Mrs. Conklin back, the party line was in use. Now they don't answer. They're probably on their way over here this minute to eat dinner or not to eat dinner.
Please, Connie, you're beginning to sound like Hamlet. Don't worry so about the Conklins. They'll probably bring their turkey over with them, and we'll have plenty.
Do you really think so, Mrs. Davis?
We'll soon know, Connie. Will you answer the door, please? I'm trying to find some more cans of salmon, just in case.
All right, Mrs. Davis.
Happy Thanksgiving, Miss Brooks.
A very happy Thanksgiving, Miss Brooks.
Hello.
The same to you. But is this all the party?
Well, what do you mean, Miss Brooks?
I mean, just you three? Nothing waiting out in the car or anything?
Well, we were going to bring our turkey along, but we know what a well-stocked larder you folks must have, so we donated it to the mission.
The mission?
One of my favorite charities. There's no joy like sharing. May we come in now and start sharing yours?
Of course, Mr. Conklin. If you'll just sit here in the living room, I'll go back to the kitchen and tell Mrs. Davis you're here.
Oh, Harriet and I will go back and help out, Miss Brooks. You've done enough for one day. Why, I'll bet you worked like a beaver this morning.
Gnawed through 6 fingernails. Oh, I didn't do too much, no.
Come on, Mother. I'll fix the salad dressing that new way you showed me.
All right, dear. And I'll tell Mrs. Davis about the new things we've been doing with parsley.
Never mind the side dishes. Let's just get that turkey to the table pronto.
You chat with Miss Brooks, dear. We'll just be a little while.
We'll make it snappy. I could eat my weight in wildcats, Miss Brooks.
If they come in cans, you may get the chance. I mean, we'll be sitting down as soon as the others arrive, Mr. Conklin.
Oh, yes, I forgot. You're having some of your friends in. I hope that lame-brained dunce, Walter Denton, isn't expected.
Want some popcorn, Mr. Conklin? Or potato chips?
No, thanks. Who's coming to this dinner, Miss Brooks?
Well, Mr. Boynton, for one.
Oh, nice chap, Boynton. far less irritating than many of his contemporaries.
What's the trouble, Mr. Conklin?
I'm not a well man. I've had some very strange symptoms lately.
What kind of symptoms?
Well, every so often I get sudden, blinding flashes of appetite.
Oh, well, that's because you're under such a strain, Mr. Conklin. You see, under great emotional tension, many people experience sudden and uncontrollable appetites. It's psychosomatic to some extent.
Really? Now, perhaps you'd like me to stretch out on the couch and tell me how, at the age of 3, I was convinced that my younger brother was a cocker spaniel.
Yours, too? I was only trying to help, Mr. Conklin. I had an aunt who suffered just like you do. I remember one time my uncle caught his nose in the piano bench. And he ran right down to the corner and bought herself a pickle.
A pickle?
It satisfied her nervous craving. When she stayed with us, we always had to keep a big supply of food on hand. Big juicy steaks, chops, chicken, ducks, cold cuts, potato salad.
Please, Miss Brooks. I want my dinner.
But, Mr. Conklin, the others aren't... It's open. Come on in.
Hello, Miss Brooks. Mr. Conklin, say, this is a surprise.
Hello, Boynton. Can we sit down now, Miss Brooks?
Not quite yet. Pull up a chair, Mr. Boynton.
Thanks. Well, how does the turkey look? Did you get a nice-sized bird?
Well, to be honest, Mr. Boynton, our turkey may not be such a big bird, but I'm sure the party is going to be a very big turkey. I almost forgot. There are some salted peanuts in this dish, Mr. Conklin.
One would almost think you were trying to destroy my appetite. But nothing can do that, Miss Brooks. Absolutely nothing.
Well, the door was open, so I just breezed on in. Hi, Miss Brooks.
Here comes nothing now.
Huh? Oh, hi, Mr. Boynton and Mr. Conklin.
Hello, gentlemen.
Oh, Miss Brooks, I've got some bad news for you.
You'll have to get in line, Walter. What is it?
Well, Stretch's aunt and uncle insisted that he have dinner with them today, so he can't possibly be here in time to eat with us. Isn't that awful?
I'm absolutely devastated.
Me too. Gosh, Miss Brooks, what'll we do with all the extra food that's left over?
We'll eat it.
At last! Come on! May I escort you to the dining room, Miss Brooks?
It won't be necessary, Mr. Boynton. I'll just follow Leo the lion.
I've cut the squab into small pieces and sprayed it with sweet air, Connie. Nobody will know it isn't turkey. Now then, keep the lid on this big tray except when you're serving, and they won't know how little we've got.
All right, Mrs. Davis. I might as well trot it in. Well, here we are. What'll you have, Mrs. Conklin?
Oh, serve Mr. Conklin first, will you, dear? He's quite hungry.
Certainly. Mr. Conklin, what'll it be?
I'll have a drumstick.
A drumstick. Yes, sir. Here you are.
Where I are.
The drumstick. This is it. You know what they say, the nearer the bone, the sweeter the meat.
If this has any meat on it, it must be inside the bone.
Well, this is a brand new breed of turkey, Mr. Conklin. They've been experimenting for years with this type on the theory that the shorter the legs, the larger the breast.
Oh, then give me some of that.
Yes, sir. Here it is.
This is it?
This it is. You see, when they were experimenting with the short legs, the breast didn't quite get the idea of what they were trying to do.
Well, where are the wings?
This bird didn't get his wings. He flunked out in basic training.
I thought we'd never get out of that place. Fine dinner that was.
Take it easy, Osgood. We'll stop off on our way home and get a bite somewhere.
I thought the salmon was quite tasty. But, Mother, Why do you suppose Miss Brooks took Mr. Boynton aside and then excused herself in the middle of the meal and left?
Why, it was obvious, dear. Miss Brooks wanted us to have enough to eat.
To think we sent a beautiful 16-pound turkey to the mission.
Everything happens for the best, dear. See, that's the mission right ahead of us. What a big line of people waiting to be fed. Doesn't it do your heart good to know that we
Mother,
can...
look. That man with the 2 plates full of turkey.
Yeah, full of my turkey. Why, it's Mr. Boynton.
So it is. And who's that right behind him with the blue cap and hitting the big bass drum?
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Open up your kingdom door, Lord, Lord, not one more.
Eve Arden as our Miss Brooks returns in just a moment, but first...
Dream girl, beautiful luster cream girl.
Tonight, yes, tonight, show him how much lovelier your hair can look after a Luster Cream shampoo. Luster Cream, world's finest shampoo. No other shampoo in the world gives Kay Duma's magic blend of secret ingredients plus gentle lanolin. Not a soap, not a liquid. Luster Cream shampoo leaves hair 3 ways lovelier. Fragrantly clean, free of loose dandruff, glistening with sheen, soft, manageable. Even in hardest water, Luster Cream lathers instantly. No special rinse needed after a Luster Cream shampoo. So gentle, Luster Cream is wonderful even for children's hair. Tonight, yes, tonight, try Luster Cream shampoo.
Dream girl, beautiful luster cream girl. You owe your crowning glory to a luster cream shampoo.
And now, once again, here is our Miss Brooks.
Well, after Mr. Boynton and I had helped to feed over 50 underprivileged citizens, including Mr. Boynton and me, we found out that we had enough money between us to take in a movie. But on our way to the Strand, Mr. Boynton suddenly stopped.
Miss Brooks, helping out at the mission made me realize how lonely the most festive occasion can be if you're not sharing it with someone.
You're so right, Mr. Boynton. I guess you and I are pretty fortunate.
Oh, we certainly are. But I just remembered that there's another member of Madison's faculty who's all alone tonight and needs cheering up pretty badly. Let's do something about it, shall we, Miss Brooks?
Oh, that's a wonderful idea, Mr. Boynton. I'm all for it. I suppose you're referring to our French colleague, Monsieur Leblanche.
Oh, no, Miss Brooks. I was thinking of Miss Enright. Let's go pick her up right now.
Who needs teachers on a holiday?
Next week, tune into another Our Miss Brooks show brought to you by Luster Cream Shampoo for soft, glamorous, caressable hair and Colgate Dental Cream to clean your breath while you clean your teeth and help stop tooth decay.
Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden, is produced by Larry Burns, directed by Al Lewis, with music by Wilbur Hatch. Mr. Boynton is played by Jeff Chandler, Mr. Conklin by Gail Gordon.
Here's good shaving news. 3 men out of every 4 can get more comfortable, actually smoother shaves with Palmolive brushless shaving cream. This is not just a claim. Here's the proof. 1,297 men tried the Palmolive brushless way to shave described on the tube. And no matter how they shaved before, 3 men out of every 4 got more comfortable, actually smoother shaves. Try Palmolive brushless yourself. See if you don't get more comfortable, actually smoother shaves the proved Palmolive brushless way.
For mystery liberally sprinkled with laughs, listen to Mr. and Mrs. North. Tune in Tuesday evening over most of these same stations. And be with us again next week at the same time for another comedy episode of Our Miss Brooks. Bob Lamont speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.